Top 10 Super Bowl halftime shows of all time. Every year, the Super Bowl halftime show becomes one of the most watched musical performances on the planet. For millions of viewers, it's not just about football, it's about spectacle, history, and unforgettable moments in music. Some performances explode with pyrotechnics and choreography, while others rely on raw talent and timeless songs. Over the decades, the halftime stage has hosted legends, pop icons, and rock royalty. But a few performances didn't just entertain, they changed the standard forever. Today, we're counting down 10 of the greatest Super Bowl halftime shows ever, ranked by energy, impact, and the legacy they left behind. Point 10. Bruno Mars and Red Hot Chili Peppers, Super Bowl 48, 2014. When Bruno Mars stepped onto the stage at MetLife Stadium in 2014, he proved that charisma and musical talent can command one of the biggest stages in entertainment. The performance opened with Mars delivering an explosive drum solo before launching into a series of energetic hits. His dance moves, tight band, and electrifying stage presence kept the crowd locked in from the first second. What made the show even more memorable was the surprise appearance by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. While the pairing seemed unusual at first, Bruno's polished R&B style colliding with the Chili Peppers' raw funk rock energy, it somehow worked. Their performance of Give It Away brought wild guitar riffs and shirtless rock chaos to the stadium. Even with the unexpected genre clash, the halftime show delivered exactly what viewers expect from the Super Bowl. High energy, unforgettable visuals, and a performance that reminded everyone just how powerful live music can be. 9. Lady Gaga, Super Bowl 51, 2017. Lady Gaga's halftime performance instantly became one of the most visually stunning shows the Super Bowl had ever seen. She began in spectacular fashion, standing on the roof of the stadium before dramatically descending to the stage. From that moment on, Gaga controlled the entire performance like a theatrical masterclass. She moved through some of her biggest hits with flawless choreography, powerful vocals, and breathtaking staging. One of the most unforgettable visuals came from hundreds of drones lighting up the sky to form the American flag. But the performance wasn't just about spectacle. Gaga slowed things down briefly with an emotional performance of Million Reasons, even taking a moment to acknowledge her family watching in the crowd. Critics and fans alike immediately praised the show as one of the greatest halftime performances ever, an incredible blend of music, emotion, and spectacle. Point 8. Aerosmith and NSYNC, Super Bowl 35, 2001. Few halftime shows have ever attempted a lineup this strange, and somehow made it work. The 2001 Super Bowl halftime show brought together Aerosmith, NSYNC, Britney Spears, Nelly, and Mary J. Blige. On paper, it sounded like a chaotic mix of completely different musical styles. But the result turned out to be surprisingly entertaining. The show began with a comedic skit featuring Ben Stiller, Adam Sandler, and Chris Rock before transitioning into NSYNC performing one of their high-energy dance routines. Soon after, the stage exploded into a massive medley combining pop, hip-hop, and rock. The highlight came when all the performers joined together for Aerosmith's classic Walk This Way. The unlikely collaboration created a moment that felt unpredictable, energetic, and unforgettable. It was a halftime show designed to appeal to every demographic, and despite the strange mix of artists, it delivered pure entertainment. 7. Madonna, Super Bowl 46, 2012. When Madonna was announced as the halftime performer for Super Bowl 46, many critics questioned whether the pop icon could still command a stage of that magnitude. She answered those doubts immediately. Madonna entered the stadium seated on a massive golden throne, carried by performers dressed like Roman soldiers. The show felt more like a giant theatrical production than a traditional concert. Throughout the performance, she moved through a medley of her biggest hits with incredible energy. Guest appearances from LMFAO, Nicki Minaj, MIA, and CeeLo Green added extra star power. The show wasn't without controversy. MIA's brief middle finger gesture sparked headlines, but the spectacle, choreography, and massive production value made it one of the most visually ambitious halftime performances ever. Madonna proved she was still more than capable of commanding the world's biggest stage. 6. U2, Super Bowl 36, 2002. Unlike most halftime performances, U2's appearance in 2002 carried a deeper emotional weight. The Super Bowl took place only 5 months after the September 11th attacks, and the country was still grieving. Instead of flashy theatrics, U2 delivered a powerful and respectful tribute. The band performed just 3 songs, but the impact was enormous. During their performance of Where the Streets Have No Name, the names of the victims of the attacks were projected across a massive screen behind them. As the song ended, Bono opened his jacket to reveal the American flag lining the inside. The moment captured the emotions of an entire nation and turned the halftime show into something much bigger than entertainment. 5. Beyoncé, Super Bowl 47, 2013. If the Super Bowl halftime show is about energy and spectacle, Beyoncé's performance in 2013 delivered both at the highest possible level. From the moment she appeared on stage, Beyoncé commanded the stadium with powerful vocals, intense choreography, and stunning visuals. The stage lighting, pyrotechnics, and massive video screens created a cinematic atmosphere that elevated every moment of the show. But the biggest surprise came when Destiny's Child members Kelly Rowland and Michelle Williams suddenly rose from the stage floor to join her. The crowd erupted as the trio reunited to perform Bortalicious and Single Ladies. Social media exploded during the performance, and the show instantly became one of the most talked about halftime shows in history. Beyoncé didn't just perform, she dominated. 4. The Rolling Stones, Super Bowl 40, 2006. When the Rolling Stones took the halftime stage in 2006, they proved something important. Sometimes rock and roll doesn't need elaborate theatrics. The band performed on a massive stage shaped like their iconic tongue logo, delivering a tight set of classic hits. Despite controversy leading up to the show, some critics questioned whether the British rock legends were the right choice for a Detroit-hosted Super Bowl. The performance quickly silenced the doubts. Mick Jagger strutted across the stage with the same swagger he'd had for decades, while Keith Richards' guitar riffs echoed through the stadium. The show wasn't flashy or overly produced. It was simply one of the greatest rock bands in history doing what they do best, playing unforgettable music. 3. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, Super Bowl 43, 2009. Bruce Springsteen spent years declining offers to perform at the Super Bowl. But when he finally agreed, the wait proved worth it. The moment the show began, Springsteen looked straight into the camera and told viewers to put the chicken fingers down and turn the television up. What followed was pure rock and roll energy. The E Street Band delivered a tight, powerful performance that reminded everyone why Springsteen is known as the boss. There were no gimmicks, just timeless songs, electrifying musicianship, and unmatched stage presence. Sometimes the best performances are the simplest ones. And Springsteen proved that great music alone can command the world's biggest stage. 2. Michael Jackson, Super Bowl 27, 1993. Before Michael Jackson's halftime performance in 1993, the Super Bowl halftime show wasn't the global entertainment event it is today. Jackson changed everything. The King of Pop appeared on stage in dramatic fashion, standing completely still for nearly 2 minutes as the crowd erupted into chaos. Then the performance exploded into a series of iconic hits, backed by incredible choreography and massive staging. One of the most unforgettable moments came when a choir of over 3,500 children joined him for the finale. Jackson's performance drew record viewership and permanently transformed the halftime show into a major musical spectacle. Without Michael Jackson, the modern halftime show might not exist. 1. Prince, Super Bowl 41, 2007. Many artists have delivered incredible halftime performances, but one stands above them all: Prince. During Super Bowl 41, the legendary musician took the stage in the pouring rain and delivered what many consider the greatest halftime show ever. The stage was shaped like his iconic symbol, and Prince performed a powerful set of classics while showcasing his extraordinary guitar skills. Then came the unforgettable finale. As rain poured down across the stadium, Prince performed Purple Rain. The moment felt almost surreal, nature itself becoming part of the show. It was emotional, powerful, and completely unforgettable. More than a performance, it was a piece of music history. From massive stage productions to emotional tributes, the Super Bowl halftime show has given us some of the most unforgettable moments in music history. Whether it's Prince shredding guitar in the rain, Michael Jackson redefining the entire format, or Beyoncé lighting up the stadium with unmatched energy, these performances remind us why the halftime show is such a global event. But every fan has their favorite. So now we want to hear from you. Which Super Bowl halftime performance do you think deserves the #1 spot? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more legendary music countdowns.
Thank you, my viewer. I hope you keep it here on my channel for more discoveries on all the celebrities' untold journeys. Like, comment, and subscribe on Hajara Rama channel. Thank you so much.